Alright boys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you gotta hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell for more videos. In today's video, I'm going to show you on these two engines, a 4-stroke and a 2-stroke. If you get them and it's going to cost too much to put stuff on, and you just got them as a junker, I'm going to show you exactly what to keep and what to scrap on machines. Because most people get them and don't know, what should I keep, what will I use in the future? Well, in this video I'm going to show you a 2-stroke and a 4-stroke machine. What to keep, what to get rid of. Yeah, we're just going to hit it up, as this one's missing the bar, the cable's all worn out, it's missing the side cover. I believe the engine's blown, and I got it for free in this Craftsman here. It's only missing a few things, but I get a lot of Craftsman in, and I actually need a part off this one for another video. So we're gonna disassemble that and keep everything and scrap the rest. I'll show you guys exactly step by step on what to do and what to keep. And we will start with the 4-stroke yard machine here. Someone bought it for 42 bucks. That's how they lowered it. A new machine for 42 bucks, good price, I'd have to say. But these are cheap machines, Briggs & Stratton. Okay guys, let's get to it. Well, I'll tell you, the first thing I like to take off would be the recoil. So, I've got some 8mm. And since we're keeping everything, these bolts here, sometimes customers lose them and you need to replace them. So we're going to keep all 3 of those. We'll pretty much be keeping every bolt we come across. And the recoil looks good. So this could be used on a different machine. So we're keeping that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pull off the spark plug boot. And from there, we will remove the, hang on one second. Not prepared today. Driver, we're going to remove the coil. Two bolts we keep. Turn the flywheel to where the magnet's not sticking out. Yeah, that engine is not moving right. Disconnect the kill wire, and there's a coil. We keep that. Okay, from there, we're going to get back our 8. And we're going to take off the head cover. The valve cover. Because we'll keep this. Sometimes this cracks. It has oil in it. We'll keep the gasket. Slide that over. Everything looks good in there. Now from here, we will take stupid microphone, our 10mm, and we'll remove the head. I'm going to have to loosen that first with something easier than an impact. Okay, let me just double check. Yeah. I'm not going to take the spark plug out because I don't keep spark plugs. So for now, all we're going to do is get out our wrench. And loosen these to where I could use an impact to get them off fast. You could do this whole thing by hand with this too. But that's no fun. No fun at all. Okay. So head bolts. we'll keep those, because sometimes they break off and you have to drill them out and you need a new one. So all those will be kept. Now we'll crack off that head. Okay. Now that we got that done, we can disassemble this. And now we can take out that fuel line, which is right down in there. Okay, fuel line disassembled. Now the throttle cable. I guess we should remove the carburetor first, but that's how I like to do it when I'm scrapping them. So there we go. Now on this, we got the head, the rocker arms, the valves, the muffler, the carburetor, and the carburetor cover. We'll disassemble all those here in a second. We got this head gasket, which is a good one. We'll keep that. Okay, now from here, what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to give me 1 second. I got to get something. If you guys are still with me, I want to say thank you. Thank you for staying with me. Most people would have left by now because they're jerks. Big meanie head poo-poos. So now we're going to take off this basket. Need a good impact air. So it just... Jesus Christ, that is on there pretty good. So, what we'll do is we'll hit it with a little penetrating lube. Let that soak in for a second. And move on to taking out the gas tank. Now the gas tank should just pop right up. Bam, we'll keep that. We will keep this throttle spring here. They're good to have. Let's see, we can see that throttle spring I'm taking out right there. Right here. You can always use these throttle springs, so any kind of spring I recommend keeping if it's in good shape. So there's the spring. Okay, we'll keep this air tube here. It's a good thing to keep. We'll keep the throttle linkage itself. Those bend and break all the time on people. So we'll keep that. Okay, now let's see if this is ready to come off now. There we go. Nut, basket, definitely keep these. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use this one in another video. So now, while we're there, we'll disconnect our impact so the air doesn't blow out. Oh look, this one actually has words. To remove flywheel, use wheel holes. Right here is what they're talking about. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to remove this flywheel. I'm going to show you how to remove this. So again, I got to get my tools together. Okie dokie guys. So since this one has the machine tip here with the top, you see where it's threaded and then it's not threaded. That means we can hit it with the hammer. And if we mushroom out a little bit, it's fine because the nut will still screw on. So all we're going to do is put pressure down here on your crowbar or your pry bar and just give it one good whap in the middle. Just like that. Now hit it hard. It doesn't mind. Then get it out. Oh yeah, that flywheel key was sheared. So there's that, and even if it wasn't sheared, we don't keep the flywheel key because they're so cheap we could just replace them. So now that's it for that. I'm gonna scrap the rest. Most people keep the wheels. I don't really care about the wheels. Oh, actually, no wait, there's one more crucial part. First of all, we can keep the side discharge because a lot of people break them, and if you have one, it's a quick 10 bucks, 15 bucks, whatever. So, a few wing nuts over here. Keep the wing nuts, keep the bolts, keep the side discharge mount. Now, like I said, the most crucial part, which you should keep if it's in good condition, is the lawnmower blade. However, this lawnmower blade is not in the best shape. But I still want the bolt and the holder. So we will remove that as well. So get your handy dandy socket out. And your handy dandy driver. And box blade so it don't spin on you. Bam, we're gonna keep that. I don't know, this blade might be able to be sharpened. So, now that's going to go to the graveyard, and the scrap pile has a lot of good aluminum on it. So, we got a gas tank, we got a side discharge, we got a head cover, we got a coil, we got some gaskets, we got the recoil, we got the flywheel, we got some tubes, some linkage, we got a head, valves, muffler, carburetor cover, and various nuts and bolts, and a blade. And of course, this basket for a future video. This is the main thing I was scrapping this for. So let's move on to that Craftsman Chainsaw. Alright boys, now it's time to take apart old Sally. She's been used and abused and passed around and finally passed away. Now it's time to harvest her organs. Now there's a lot of stuff we can keep on a 2-stroke weed eater chainsaw, or really anything 2-stroke. So first things first is we're going to bust out our 8, not our 10, and take off the carburetor. So we got 2 nuts here. We cleaned out our magnetic tray. We're going to keep every nut and bolt we take off this machine. Keep this plastic piece. Take off the carburetor. Oh, hang on, let me get my pliers out. First thing we're going to take off is this choke. That's the one you pinch and pull, or pinch and push. And people break these all the time, so we're going to keep that. Now the fuel lines in this thing are destroyed, so what we're going to do is we're going to take off the carburetor. We're going to keep the carburetor. We can use the gaskets and stuff on it and other parts off it. So now we're going to come in here. We're going to remove the throttle linkage. Always keep those. Now we'll take a screwdriver of some sort. And we're going to pop off this on-off switch. And now we're going to take off the kill wire. Keep every plastic piece because customers break these all the time. So now we got that. We're going to take off the spark plug boot. We'll go ahead and remove the spark plug and see how good it is. See if it'd be worth keeping or not. And this one is worth keeping, so we'll put that in the spark plug drawer. Okay, now we will get a Phillips and we'll remove the recoil. Even if you don't end up using the recoil, you can always pull this off, snip off this, and use the handle. Every time a customer brings in a recoil, I would say probably 50% of the time they don't have the handle with it, because they got mad and lost it, or finally decided to bring it in and lost it. Like I said, we keep every nut and bolt we take out, because you never know when you're going to need them again. Even if you're working on a customer saw and you end up losing it, take that out. There's the recoil, which works good, just dirty, so we'll keep that. Primer bulb, still good. We'll keep that. But they're so cheap too, you can just scrap that if you want to. Okay, now we're going to remove the coil. We need a 10 T25. The one you lose all the time because you need it all the time. So that's what I'm doing right now. Look, I found it. Bet, boys! We got it. So we're going to get in here. Probably easier if we took the handle off first. Yeah, we're going to do that. So, 2 T25s on the bottom. Remember, keep everything. Every nut and bolt. Oh, this one's leaking oil or water. Guess it was out in the rain. So now we're flipping it over here. Bam, another T25 right here. Like I said, old Sally, she's been through the ringer. But there's a part I need on this one as well. So the handle we will keep as well. So now that that's off, we can get to the coil, which we will keep as well. You can never have too many coils. And I know what some of y'all are thinking. Well, what if the coil's bad? Well, if the coil is bad, then what we do is, hang on, let me find this last wire. Okay, it's connected. If the coil's bad, sometimes you can use just the wires. So, just this, because this can get messed up, or just the boot. So, the coil still has uses. So we'll take that off, and now we will look and see what to get off next. I think we'll do the bar and the chain. So if you got your your chainsaw tool, sorry I can't speak today. If you got your chainsaw tool, you can use that, but if not, 13 on the sides. Keep these. Take off the cover. Dirty, but we'll keep it because people break stuff. Now, on this chainsaw, because the chain's so old and worn out, I'm not keeping the chain. I will scrap that. But if your chain on your chainsaw that you got for free or from the scrapyard or whatever, if it's brand new and it's still sharp, keep it. Keep it, keep it, keep it. But this one is nasty and done. So, I'll keep the bar though. Bar is good. Take off the chain and we'll yeet the chain over there. And now we'll go for the muffler. which I believe we're looking at 8 millimeters. Correcto mundo. I'm on fire today. 8s. Done. Keep the bolts. Pop it off. We'll keep the muffler. Good for something. Hang on, my wife's here. Okay, sorry about that. My wife just wanted to show me her Christmas makeup while I'm working. That's fine. Happy wife, happy life. Now, we're going to remove this flywheel. Of course, find some way to jam it up and pull that off. We don't need an impact. They don't tighten these down as much as like a lawnmower or 4-stroke. And now, we'll remove this washer. Like I said, anything metal that comes off easy, we'll keep. Okay, we'll get the washer off in a second. Let me get my crowbar, boys! Now we're going to try to remove this without hitting it first. Don't worry if you end up breaking something, unless you need it, because it's just a parts. Let me get my smaller one. Give me 1 second. I bought a set of 3 of these bad boys. So because that one is a threaded all the way to the top, what we're going to do is we're going to try to do it with the small one first. There we go. That worked. If not, we would have to put the nut on halfway or just until it's at the tip so we don't risk mushrooming it. But we got the flywheel, boys. We'll keep that. Okay, dokie. Now, we got 4/8 on the bottom here. Hold the motor in. We're going to take out those bolts. We'll need them in the future. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. We'll keep all 4 of those. And we'll look at this handle. I'm not seeing a way to disassemble it. It looks like it was made not to be disassembled. That's fine. But now, however, we will move on to something else. Okay guys, down to the wire. Don't worry, it's almost over. We're going to remove this clutch and sprocket. This is what I need for the other saw that I'm working on. So, what we're going to do is take a screwdriver. We're going to make sure piston's all the way down at the bottom. We're going to take some paracord. Jam it in that piston hole. Make a nice piston stop. Something that ain't going to hurt it. Just jam a liberal amount in there. They sell a piston stop tool, but this paracord works fine. So once you do that, we're going to move it all the way to the top. Okay, piston ain't going anywhere. Now, what we're going to do is, oh, look at that. It's even labeled for us, nice and pretty. We're going to go clockwise to hit it off. So now all we need is our dead blow hammer and a flathead or torque bit. Pop it right, hit it right there on the off, and tap it to spin it off. Look at that. Oh, that didn't come off yet. Maybe I shouldn't have took those motor mounts off. Come on, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna have someone help me now. Nathan, come over here and hold this motor. Just put pressure down right here on top. Hold it tight. You got it? Mm-hmm. There we go. Thank you, brother. Mm-hmm. And now, bam! There we go. Clutch drum off. Washer and new sprocket, which this will be used in another future video. That's what we needed. So, let's finish up this video. Take out your paracord. Might need to push it down. Spin that down a little bit. Well, we'll figure that out. But now, thank you guys for watching this video on how to dismantle a 2-stroke and a 4-stroke, what to keep, what to scrap. You guys have a great day. Catch you on the next one.